So my son brought home some direct variation problems this week, and the vocabulary was kind of tough. So I thought this would be a great time to make an explainer video if you're helping your student with some direct variation this week. So the first place that students are exposed to this is in some kind of table. And what we're looking for is not that the spaces between the X's are all the same, but that we're multiplying by the same thing each time to get that Y value. So in this problem, each time I'm multiplying by 3 to get these Y values, that's what we're looking for. I'm mentioning that because the difference between these two Y values is 6, but from here to here is 3. So I just want to stress that's not what we're looking for. We want to make sure that we're multiplying by the same thing each time. All right, so let me clear that out. Using this kind of thought process, right, we can figure out what the Y value for 20 should be. We just multiply it by 3, so it should be negative 60. All right, let's clear out all the drawings and move on to the next slide. Okay, the next place that we're going to see direct variation is in an equation. They'll be presented to the kids in something that looks like this kind of format. In fact, this would be the equation that would go with the table I just showed. When you have a direct variation equation, it's got 3 components and then that's it. It has a Y that's all by itself. It has a coefficient. It could be positive or negative. And it has X all by itself and nothing else. Can't have anything added on. So if you see an equation that maybe looks like this, that is not a direct variation because of the -4. So we're just going to get rid of that. It can be positive or negative slope. It can be a fraction. It could even be written like this. Those 2 in green there say the same thing. But that's what the kids are going to be looking at. So basically you're looking for a Y, an equal sign, a number, and an X. All right, let's see the next thing. All right. The last place the kids will see direct variation is in the coordinate plane. Now, remember that equation I gave you just a minute ago, Y equals 3X. This was the one from the table. And it was also the one from the equations. So what this means is if you were to plot this on the coordinate plane like this, you can see my dots in red here. What you're seeing is that it makes a straight line. It goes through the origin. That's really important. And that's really all that it takes. On this other example here, if I drew a picture that looked like this, even though it's a straight line, because it doesn't go through, doesn't go through the origin, it is not a direct variation. One last thing that I want to mention, oh, and by the way, this would be an equation that looks maybe something like this. Okay, so again, you can't have anything added on out here. Having nothing out there is what makes it go through the origin. Okay, the last thing that I want to say is actually about the 3 right here. So this 3 is sometimes called the coefficient constant, the constant of variation. Constant, I knew I was going to get it out, constant of variation. Students will sometimes be asked just to name it. So from that table example, the constant of variation would be a 3. I think that's it for now, and I hope that helped.